everyone. Today I wanted to do just a flip through of the Learning to Read from Christian Light Education. This is what I have used for my last two children to teach them to read, and I'm going to show you what I use to do that. So this is from Christian Light Education. There are 10 light units in, sorry you can't see that. There are 10 light units in the Learning to Read series. This is the 5th unit, Light Unit 105. And each lesson is pretty much the same kinds of pages in each lesson. There is a coloring page for the kids to color while they listen to a story that you would read out of the teacher's manual. Then they can answer questions about the story that you find in the teacher's manual, and then there's some handwriting practice. The next page, this varies. Sometimes they have you write the letter of the first sound of the picture. Sometimes they have you write the last sound. Sometimes it's the vowel sound that comes in each picture. So the kids are segmenting the sounds and the words. There's also reading practice. On this page, they read through the words. The way that I do it, these words are corresponding to the flashcards, which I'll show you here in a minute. They're sight words. Then they read through these words here. The way that I do it, I will read through these words in the pink box for the kids. And then they read the sentences, and then they will write the word that goes with the picture on the bottom. On this page, the student would pick out the word that is different. Out of the 4, there's one that's different, and they put an X on it. And these are called dot maps, and the kids will go through them. These are, you can see these are missing dots compared to here. They progressively get more difficult. In the beginning, light units, they have all the dots, and they just trace the map. And then there is a short story in their light unit for them to read. So they'll read through that. So this is for lesson 7 in Light Unit 105. There are several cards for each lesson, and they each have different words on them. And the kids practice these every day to memorize the sight words that go with them. Alright, this is the teacher's manual, and I wanted to show you the corresponding pages. So we've got Light Unit 105. The new sound is the letter E. Kind of tells you what you want to do, what you're going to learn, some different things you want to do to prepare if you're going to be doing class preparation. I do not do any of that. It's pretty open and go for me. This is the story. In the teacher's manual they have the pages from the light unit, so this is the first page of that lesson. It tells you exactly what to do. Show the elephant card. What is this? Has anyone ever seen an elephant? Talk about it. Then talk about the word elephant begins with E sound. And then here's the story that you will read through for the children. They're supposed to be listening for the E sound. And it continues on this page. And then I showed you this in the light unit. They answer questions about the story here and circle the answers. These are your questions. And then they have some different things to talk about: vowels and the sounds they make, penmanship, your handwriting, which is on this page also. And then the next page is just more directions. You have, sometimes I will do this where I'll say the words and have them raise their hand if they hear the sound in the word. Here are the answers for This page, you're supposed to write the vowel sound on this particular page. Sorry, the lighting is not very good. And then here are the star words, like I said, just tells you what to do with this page, which is not something I do all the time. And then this is spelling practice, where I said they have to write the word. That's here. And then the oral reading to be read out loud to you. They split this into a couple sessions because it's made to do in a classroom setting. Some questions for discussion after you read. Sound review. Visual discrimination, like I said, they find the word that is not the same and mark it off. And then this is the dot maps here. And they tell you what to do, they tell you what is appropriate. A lot of times my child's dot map will look like the one on the right side here, but she is also just beginning this activity, so I'm giving her grace on that, but as she goes along it will get better, right? Because she is a very precise girl and she likes to do things exactly the way they're supposed to be. And then they have an extra activity, and then also tells you here learning to read practice sheet. I do not have the practice sheets. I just have the light units and the teacher's manual and the primers. So I also wanted to show you the primers that come with it. There are 4 books, and this is the very first book. I wanted to show you how simple it starts off, and then I will show you the 3rd book. So let's see if we can find one for this. I don't know if there'll be any in here. I don't think they're in here. Alright, so this is about Nan the goat. And they have very simple drawings that are not distracting, but they are pretty to look at. Tag Nan. Nan got the mat. Nan got the mop. Nan got Sam. So very simple sentences. Starting off, the stories are very easy, and it helps to build their confidence for the kids as they are learning. One word. And they include the sight words on their cards so you can see they're underlined. That gives them the clue that those are sight words and helps them to remember better what they are. It's helping me. There are also in some of the books, the second book that we are in now, in the second book they have some of the words are pictures, so the story might be about flowers, and they might have a picture of a flower instead of the word flowers, so that the child can see that picture and be able to read through the story easier, which makes it fun. My kids enjoy that. This one is book number 3, and it starts with book 7, 107, lesson 1. So they have a story in each lesson that they read out of the books also. In the teacher's manuals, there are a lot of extra activities that I don't necessarily do. Sometimes I'll do a couple of them, but I also don't do a whole lesson every day, depending on the child. Right now, my 6-year-old is using this, and she does not do a whole lesson every day. We usually do about 2 pages a day, and then sometimes if the story is long, her reading the story will count as her whole lesson for that day. So I don't do a whole lesson every day. Maybe by the time we get up to the higher light units, right now she's just in unit number 3, so maybe by the time we get to 5 or 7, she will be capable of doing a whole lesson a day, but right now it's just too much for her to sit there and do it that much. So I hope that that was helpful for you. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will get to them. And if you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and I will talk to you next time. Bye.